A couple of weeks ago, I received a message on my Instagram, and it was from a guy named Sanjeev Bandre, which said that, "Sir, how to make these type of motivation thumbnails? Please make a tutorial on these type of thumbnails, please. I have one motivation channel, and I want to make these types of thumbnails." I went on to his channel and had a look, and he was trying something, but he was not able to execute exactly that. And for that specific reason, I was like, these are very simple thumbnails that can be made under 10 minutes. Let's get to work. Let's get a tutorial up and let's help some guys out there struggling with these thumbnails. As always, I went into Photoshop, opened it up, had the width at 1280, height at 720, and the resolution at 300, and hit the create button. Once I had hit the create button, my new canvas on which I would be making the thumbnail was right in front of me. Now from here, you would be wondering, what is a guy supposed to do? Well, it's quite simple. All you have to do is find a picture that would somehow give off the context of motivation. So for an instance, you're making a thumbnail for, let's say, maybe something related to money, something related to escaping the matrix, and voila, you've got the person that you want in your thumbnail, from which people are going to be clicking, whether controversial, whether they agree or not. But this guy really resembles the whole matrix topic. So we're just going to go in, get a really ruthless and a very aggressive image of Mr. Andrew Tate. We would have a nice little scroll and try to find an image that, really resembles the whole matrix topic. This image looks really nice. Once we have the image, we're going to be opening it up in Photoshop. Now, next thing, we will mask and rotate out of the background. How to do that? Well, for starters, you can press W or select your magic wand tool, objection selection tool, or quick selection tool, and just press select subject on the top, just like I did. And it will automatically select all of the subjects in the picture. You're going to click on the layer mask, and boom, we have a mask up and rotate. We're going to use the brush tool, choose the black color, so that we can, mask off the two actually, security guards in the background that we don't really need really quickly. And just like that, we have removed one of the security guards, and now we will proceed to get the other one out of the frame. Once I have both the security guards out and we only have Mr. Andrew in the focus, we are going to refine his cutout. As you can see, there are a few things here and there that need to be fixed. And we will just do that by using a white brush tool now to bring back the things that have been removed, which were not supposed to be removed. Once done, I will duplicate this layer and delete the mask on the bottom layer, because we will be using this exact background eventually. We will drag this whole image to our canvas, enlarge the size up like this, and from there on, now we are almost more than 50% into the thumbnail. We will select the background that we have we will convert into a smart object. Let's just close this there. We're gonna go into camera raw filter, opening it up, and from here we will basically reduce the exposure, increase the contrast, reduce the highlights, and also the vibrance and the saturation, as we don't really need that. We will have some texture in. We're going to have some clarity put in, some dehaze, go into details, sharpening, and boom, just like that. We have the background segregated to some extent. We're going to create a new layer above the background. We're going to go into the brush tool, reduce the hardness, increase the size and the opacity. And with the black color, we're slightly going to add a vignette effect of a sorts. just like that. Now we're going to put in some color corrections on Mr. Andrew Tate. So we're going to select his layer and go into camera raw filter once more. And for him, we will make him a bit more, you can say, vibrant, more, you can say, popping, if that makes sense in terms of YouTube thumbnails. And that is exactly what I will be doing right here. And just like that, we have him a bit, saturated, more contrasted, popping in general terms. I'm going to create a new layer, clip it to him, and slightly add some shadows on this part of him as well. Now what we are going to be doing is we're going to be putting in the text. So the text is going to say escape. Let's select a nice little font. For this specific thumbnail, I will go for Roboto Black, escape, and then the matrix. And for the matrix, we are going to be putting it at medium. Slightly increase the size as compared to the upper text. Place it round about here. Just some quick adjustments here and there. Just like that. We have our text in. We're going to go into the blending options for the text. Let's add in some drop shadow to add some depth. The matrix, drop shadow. Moreover, we're going to add some shadows behind Andrew. And I'm going to be preferably adding a bit of a mask here. Just like that. Just like that, we have a quick thumbnail ready. Now to add some more, you can say gloomy or motivational look to it, you can go into the adjustment layers, you can go into color lookup from here. And basically you're going to be choosing any of the color profiles, the default color profiles. What this does is it basically adds a very nice tone to the thumbnail. For instance, this fall colors one makes it look really, really cool. Then you have some other ones, for instance, the Fuji Eterna 2500, the 250D Kodak. All of these make the thumbnail look even more dramatic to, make it really, to explain it perfectly. Soft forming look, and there are all sorts of looks, so you can choose any that you like. I'm just going to go for the Kodak 5218 because I like the whole look that this has just got. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the layers, group them up, duplicate the layer, rasterize it, Control X, Control V, convert to smart object, and we're going to be adding the final camera raw filter, some contrast, decrease in highlights, increase in some shadows, increase in the whites and the blacks, texture, clarity, a bit of exposure as well, some vibrance. Then we're going to add some sharpening and add a vignette effect, and boom, we have a nice little motivational YouTube thumbnail all good to go as we saw in the example.